Hi, I'm Professor Markey from the Department of Journalism and Media Studies, here to tell you about two exciting study abroad courses that I'll be teaching in the spring of 2021. These are classes that meet on campus for part of the semester and then travel abroad for 8 to 10 days. They're affordable short-term study abroad courses that allow you to add an international component to your college experience. I'm telling you about these now because you'll need to apply through the Rutgers University Study Abroad office, and spaces are limited, so you'll need to apply as soon as possible in the fall to be able to participate in the spring 2021 semester. The first course is called Media and Struggles for Democracy in Central America, which will meet on campus from January until just before spring break to study the role of newspapers, radio, and other media in past and present struggles for democracy. Central America has a long history of military dictatorships and human rights abuses, and today its people, especially indigenous and Afro-Caribbean populations, are still struggling to achieve true democracy. Using Guatemala as a case study, we'll travel during spring break, meeting with journalists, community and TV radio stations, activist bloggers, and other media makers who cover human rights, indigenous Mayan rights, women's rights, and other social justice issues. We'll visit the country's bustling capital of Guatemala City, the lakeside village of Panajachel, located on the banks of beautiful Lake Atitlan, known as one of the most beautiful lakes in all of Central America. And then we'll head to the town of Antigua, Guatemala, which is a living museum of colonial architecture, classified by the United Nations as a World Heritage City. The second spring course offered by the Department of Journalism and Media Studies is called Irish Media, Politics and Cultural Survival. This course will begin meeting on campus after spring break and then travel to Ireland in the second half of May, after finals week and graduation are over. For thousands of years, Irish, or Gaelic, was the main language in Ireland, and up until roughly 150 years ago, most Irish people spoke Irish fluently. But dynamics of British colonization over time made English become the dominant language, and today, although Irish is taught in schools, only a small minority actually speak it fluently on a daily basis. In this course, we'll study the role of Irish language journalism in historic and current struggles for Ireland's political autonomy and cultural identity. We will stay for 4 days in a beautiful rural village in the heart of Galway's Irish-speaking region, where you'll stay with a family stay that are people who actually speak Irish as their native language. We'll then spend 2 days in Galway City, one of Ireland's most beautiful, historic, and culturally vibrant cities, and 2 days in the country's capital, Dublin. Students will learn the history of British colonialism in Ireland and the role of Irish language journalism in the country's struggles for independence from England. They'll meet Irish civil rights activists who fought in the 1970s for the right to have Irish language radio and TV stations. And will visit Irish radio, TV, and print news outlets to speak with journalists and activists. Focused on the political and cultural importance of native language media for minoritized and formerly colonized populations, connections will be emphasized between struggles for Irish Gaelic media in Ireland and struggles by minoritized and indigenous populations in other parts of the world for the right to have media in their native languages. Each of these are 3-credit courses that count towards the Journalism and Media Studies major and towards the Global Media specialization. You can take one or sign up for both. For more information on how to apply, go to the Rutgers University Study Abroad office or their website and see these links for the Guatemala course and the Ireland course. Or email me, Professor Markey. I'll be happy to answer any of your questions since I'll be the person teaching these classes. Hope to see you soon.
Hello, students. I'm Professor Mary D'Ambrosio, here to tell you about our 2 or 4 week global journalism program in Bologna, Italy, where you can learn to work as a foreign correspondent, practice working as a travel writer, or do both. You'll have an opportunity to cover the big global stories of our time. From the struggles of Middle Eastern and African refugees surging through Europe, to the effects of the coronavirus pandemic on Italian society. Or you can choose to delve into the cultural side of this young, elegant, and very progressive university city and write about travel, food, and urban life. The choice is yours. You'll work with student interpreters from the world-famous University of Bologna to interview newsmakers, artists, politicians, and cultural movers and shakers, both in Bologna and in the surrounding region. Bologna is a gorgeous, medieval, very Italian university city and very walkable and bikeable. It's famous for its street art, its protest movements, its film culture, and its creative ideas. We'll take excursions both to report stories and for fun. Here we're visiting a family winemaking operation founded by a former travel journalist. One of the most popular excursions is our tour through the nearby Apennine Mountains, where we learn about local village culture. We caught onto these village dances pretty fast. You can see the video by clicking on the link below. We're just an hour or two from Florence, Venice, Rome, and the famous Italian lakes, and you'll have free time to visit these cities and regions. You can develop some very impressive stories, photos, and videos for your professional media portfolio. Here we're interviewing a leader of the National Journalists Association about repressive political tactics used against journalists in Italy. And here's the resulting story, picked for publication in Kairos, our journalism department's magazine of top student work. Students have interviewed migrants about their experiences in Italy. They've reported on musical culture, from classical to opera to street music, because Bologna is a UNESCO city of music, and so you'll hear music everywhere. Here's a video story about a man who founded his own multimedia museum, one of the many interesting people who live and work in this very entrepreneurial city. And here's a profile of a mother-daughter pasta making business. We especially enjoyed that one. Again, you can see the video story by clicking on the link below the picture. One of the most valuable parts of the program is your opportunity to meet and work with our Italian student interpreters. You'll learn about how real Italians live and even have a chance to forge lifelong friendships. We're offering two 2-week, 3-credit courses in June. Both take place entirely in the beautiful medieval city of Bologna, Italy. In course number 1, International Reporting, in the first half of June, you'll practice working as a foreign correspondent while covering major stories in politics, economics, and culture. This course is 3 credits. In course number 2, Travel Writing, in the second half of June, you'll learn to work as a travel writer and can write travel, food, and culture stories about the city. This course is also 3 credits. Many students take both courses so they can amass 6 credits and spend a full month reveling in Italian life. But you can also take just one of these 2-week courses. Both courses count toward your Journalism and Media Studies major and the 9-credit Journalism and Media Studies Global Media specialization. You can see more pictures and commentary on our Instagram and Facebook pages. Apply at Rutgers Global, the Study Abroad office, by February 1st for priority consideration and by March 1st, the final deadline, if spaces are still available. If you have questions, please contact me, Professor D'Ambrosio, at mary.d'ambrosio@rutgers.edu, as I'll be the professor directing and teaching these courses. A presto! I look very much forward to working and adventuring with you.